हरे कृष्णा। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमः भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमः भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Okay, today we'll be doing chapter 10. Chapter 10, the opulence of the absolute. Slok 10.1, the first slok of this chapter. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Bhuya eva mahabhavo Shunnu me paramam vacha Yate aham priya manaya Vyakshami hita kamyaya. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Bhuya eva mahabhavo Shunnu me paramam vacha Yete aham priya manaya Rakshami hita kamyaya. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Bhuya eva mahabhavo Shunnu me paramam vacha Yate aham priya manaya Vyakshami hita kamyaya.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Bhuya eva mahabhavo
Bhuya eva mahabhavo
Shubhe paramam vachaha
Shubhe paramam vacha
Yatte aham priyamanaya
Yate aham priyamanaya
Vachhami hita kamyaya
Vyakshami hita kamyaya. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Shri Bhagavan Vacha Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Bhuya
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Word for word translation. Shri Bhagavan Vacha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, said, Bhuya, again, Eva, certainly, Mahabaho, O mighty arm, Shrunu, just here, Mam, I, Paramam, Supreme, Vacha, instruction, Yat, that which, Te, to you, Aham, I, Priyamanandya, thinking you dear to me, Vakshami, say, Hitakar Kamyaya, for your benefit. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, listen again, O mighty armed Arjuna, because you are my dear friend, for your benefit, I shall speak to you further, giving knowledge that is better than what I have already explained. Please repeat after me. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, listen again, O mighty armed Arjuna, because you are my dear friend, for your benefit, I shall speak to you further, giving knowledge that is better than what I have already explained. Purpose. The word Bhagavan is explained thus by Parasa Muni, one who is full in 6 opulences, who has full strength, full fame, wealth, knowledge, beauty, and renunciation in Bhagavan or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. While Krishna was present on this earth, he displayed all 6 opulences. Therefore, great sages like Parasa Muni have all accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now Krishna is instructing Arjuna in more confidential knowledge of his opulences and his work. Previously, beginning with the 7th chapter, the Lord has already explained his different energies and how they are acting. Now in this chapter, he explains his specific opulences to Arjuna. In the previous chapter, he has clearly explained his different energies to establish devotion in firm conviction. Again in this chapter, he tells Arjuna about his manifestations in various opulences. The more one hears about the Supreme God, the more one becomes fixed in devotional service. One should always hear about the Lord in the association of devotees. That will enhance one's devotional service. Discourses in the society of devotees can take place only among those who are really anxious to be in Krishna consciousness. Others cannot take part in such discourses. The Lord clearly tells Arjuna that because Arjuna is very dear to him, for his benefit, such discourses are taking place. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnana-chana Salakaya Chakshur-unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gauragi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalparubhyascha कृपा सिन्धुभ्यो एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसादि गौरभक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। Okay, the first word of this sloka starts with Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. It has been reserved for Krishna. That word, Bhagavan, has been reserved. There is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The word consists of two words, Bhaga and Van. Bhaga means opulences, and Van means the one who possesses such opulences. So Bhagavan is possessor of opulences. The definition was explained by the great authority Parasa Muni. I think in the second chapter it says, the father of Vyasdev. The person who possesses 6 opulences to the fullest can be called Bhagavan. There are 6 different opulences, and a person who has unlimited opulences can be classified as Bhagavan. We all have opulences. We all have, to a minute degree. We are very famous. If we go into town or something, probably 100 people will say hello to us. So we are also famous. We have some people are very strong. They can lift a lot of heavy stuff. So all of us possess opulences in a minute manner. But Bhagavan is something who has unlimited potential. So the person who possesses opulences to the fullest can be called Bhagavan. The 6 opulences are, which are the 6 opulences? Full strength. Someone who is full of strength, capable of lifting, carrying things like that, very heavy things. Full fame, wealth, knowledge, beauty, and renunciation. Right? And in today's world, we are getting attracted by someone having even just one of those opulences. He may have, maybe take all these actors, actresses. They might be famous. They might also be maybe little wealthy in that sense. But that's all. They may not have any knowledge. They may not have any strength to lift anything. So they have one or two, and still we get attracted to those things. So the person who has got all of this in unlimited manner, we should be going mad after him. So this is what Krishna is. Only Krishna can claim that, and that is why he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he exhibited all this various opulences during his pastimes here. Full strength was like when he lifted the Govardhan Parvat with his left small finger for 7 days or 6 days or 7 days night. He fought so many demons, so that he exhibited his full strength. Wealth, he had 16,108 queens, each one of them having a palace. Then he had 10 sons and a daughter with each of them. They all had palaces. So all that palaces and all that was the wealth which is exhibited. Knowledge, all the Vedas and all the Upanishads and all of them have come from the word of God. So that knowledge is still we are looking at it. Beauty is all attractive. That's the meaning of Krishna. All attractive, not only to man, but to all the plants, to all the animals. They all get attracted to Krishna. So you might have someone who is attracted to some other person or something. But that's it. You can't get attracted to a dog or a dog getting attracted to you. Krishna is possible. Fame. You know that after so many years, still we are talking about Ram Bhagwan, we are talking about Krishna. If you ask someone who was the past president, who was the president last time round, they will not remember his name. So what kind of fame was that? At the time when he was the president, he was very, very popular. He was known. But after a few years, that fame has disappeared. So no one can claim to be famous throughout. Then renunciation. That is the most difficult of all the opulences. And that he also exhibited by sinking all the barricada and winding up the entire family. That is only possible for one to be able to do that. Okay. Another thing which has been mentioned many times over is that the minute opulence which we have is actually being handed over to us by Krishna himself. It is not our own opulence, right? So there is no question of being able to compare it with Krishna. Our opulence is being given by Krishna. So that comparison does not arise. Then this discourse which is taking place is between Krishna and Arjuna, between teacher and student. Because in the second chapter, Arjuna took on Krishna as his guru, as his teacher. So what tends to happen is, in order to explain certain things, the teacher has to repeat, has to say something in a positive manner, in a negative manner, to repeat, emphasize the point. So here in this sloka, Bhagwan is saying, I am saying this information again. That is the meaning which has been taken by Prabhupada as well. That when the item has been talked over and over again, it will sink into the student's mind. So that is why he says, I am talking to you again. But at the same time, he is expanding the information which is already given in the 7th chapter and the 9th chapters. That is, he has displayed his various energies and manifestations. Those have been given. I made a list of the entire manifestations and I'll just go through very quickly. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego. All together, these 8 constitute my separated material energies. Besides this, O mighty armed Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind, which consists of living entities and who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. O son of Kunti, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and the moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras, and the sound in ether and ability in man. I am the original fragrance of the earth, and I am the heat in fire. I am the life of all that lives, and I am the penances of all aesthetics. O son of Pritha, know that I am the original seed of all existences, the intelligence of this intelligent and the powers of all powerful men. I am the strength of the strong, devoid of passion and desire. I am sex life, which is not contrary to religious principle, O Lord of the Bharatas. These are contained in chapter 7. Similarly, they are for chapter 9 as well. So all this have been explained, but now Bhagwan is saying, I want to explain to you further. Because in the last chapter, chapter 9, the last slok, I had mentioned that you engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee, offer obeisances to me and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. So this is the formula which has been given by Bhagavan in the last slok of 934 of the chapter 9. So I just made a little mnemonic about it. Always think of me. Put letter A. Always A. Become my devotee means B. Put B. Offer obeisances to me. Put O. And worship me. Put W. So A, B, O, W. So it's like take a bow. That is what Bhagavan is saying. Do devotional service unto me and you will surely come to me. So engage the mind, body and speech in the service of Krishna. In short, take a bow. The opulences which will be described will assist the devotee. Now Bhagavan is giving this further opulences, information, details of opulences, in order to attract the mind of the devotee, to convince the devotee, to make it easier for them to do bhakti. So assist the devotee to always think of Krishna. Whenever he sees anything opulent, powerful, beautiful in the world, he will start thinking, Krishna is there. This is Krishna's word. So it is to encourage and to make it easier for him. Knowing the greatness of a person will make it easy to worship him. So Bhagavan is giving that you always tend to follow a great person. So if a person tells you that such and such thing is there, and then you start believing. Just now there was this case about Bill Gates or something, talking about COVID, and the people were questioning whether he has knowledge to talk about COVID or not. It is just because he was the richest man at that time. People took it that he knew about it. Right? So the point is that a person who is great will be able to attract others to his way of thinking. So Bhagavan is going to mention various opulences in this respect. Right? And the reason why it has been disclosed is also that he's a dear friend, he's a dear devotee, and he's non-envious of Krishna. So he has all the right qualities, and so Bhagavan is explaining or giving him the knowledge. This knowledge is not only for Arjuna, it is for us as well. You know, I was listening to some pravachan in which they say there is a grandfather and he's talking to his grandson. And he's telling his grandson that I have hidden some gold bangles or something behind that particular tree. He's talking to the grandson. He's talking to the grandson. But a person sitting nearby, hearing that, will take benefit of that knowledge. The information is supposed to go from the grandfather to the grandson, telling that go behind the tree, you will find some gold bangles. But this person who was listening to the grandfather mentioned this, so he himself went and told it. So he made use of the knowledge. Similarly, this knowledge is been given to Arjuna, but it is meant for our use. So it is for our benefit. We should follow what Arjuna was doing, what we are supposed to be doing. Okay, I'll just about end in here, but it is is said that the one name of Ram is equal to 1,000 names of Shiv. One name of Ram is equal to 1,000 names of Shiv. And one name of Krishna is equal to 3 names of Ram. So one can understand that one name of Krishna is so powerful, so very powerful. Then what to say of a person who chants 16 rounds daily? Right? So we must adopt the practice of the 4 principles which have been given, to get the association of the devotees, mix well, and that is what the Bhagwan is stating. That is what it is. Hare Krishna. Only Krishna is able to give this knowledge, as no one is greater than him or equal to him. So he is only the right source to be able to give this information. Okay, Granth Raj Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.